I'm ChosenArchitect, and this is Stoneblock 4. Previously on Stoneblock 4, I may or may not have built a particle accelerator from Ortec, and this allowed us to, well, craft something new. And that new thing was a Neutron collector. And this right here is a very, very slow generating device. It generates these neutron piles very, very slowly, in which we need to combine up into neutron ingots and then into neutronium ingots once we have them all complete, and then into blocks if we want to use this to craft the neutronium chicken. But funny enough, we won't have access to that chicken until after we don't really need it as much, which is kind of a bummer. But today we need to figure out a way to accelerate the neutron collector and to be able to make this thing go a bit faster. And at the moment, I am using a Watch of Flowing Time to accelerate this. It is within range of the area, and I have to also use my time wand. But I don't think this is going to be enough. We need thousands of these things, and we're also going to need to make sure we have enough dust to be able to process our plutonium, I believe, once we get into Mekanism, so that way we can make antimatter. And it is going to be required inside of the neutronium activator, which is essentially what we transfer our waste into polonium. That's right, polonium, not plutonium. It essentially replaces the solar neutron activator from Mekanism, which makes sense as we don't really have much of a sky. Now, let's not worry too much about Mekanism at the moment. We'll get into that in the future. But as of right now, I want to figure out how I can accelerate this. And that is going to be me milking the Warden. Don't think about it too much. And so yet again, we are going to be using industrial foregoing for this. And I've already laid out all of my points here. Thankfully, this one is not as dangerous, as this guy doesn't really break blocks if he gets out. However, we do have to worry about the Warden doing a very special thing. Disappearing, for one, like if this does go away, and we're not nearby, the Warden despawns, which is kind of not good. But it's also going to take damage, much like the Mighty Ender Chicken that we're also farming for chaos. And so, just like the chicken, I'm actually going to set up multiple of these stasis chambers in here. And this should all supply, especially if the Warden is stationed right here in the center. And we can upgrade all of these to make sure that that good old Warden is nice and healthy. And similar to all of the other setups, 3 blocks go in between this, and then we have the laser base, and I like to use this weird design, but you can really use any design so long as you have the blocks placed within 3 blocks of the actual, well, laser base. Now we're almost ready to go. However, there is something that we don't actually need in this setup. So it is exactly like all of the other ones. However, the fluid laser base itself is not the thing that we actually need for this. Instead, we are going to replace it with a soul laser base. Nothing else fancy, just simply need the soul laser base from Industrial Foregoing Souls. And so this is going to be a world engine craft, and I now have the 1 block that I need, but nothing else really changes. Everything else functions exactly the same. It's just that we now have a soul laser base. Pretty cool. So now that this is together, all we really need is to get a Warden and make sure that Warden is placed right in the center of this area. Oh, and yeah, one other thing. We are going to need a blue lens inside of here, just like the fluid laser base and or the drill. Now we are also going to need to collect ourselves a Warden. There just happens to be one right here, and it despawned. But I don't know. Can we use a creature catcher to catch it? I would assume we can use Industrial Foregoing to pick one up. Let's see, after getting this one to spawn, yeah, okay, well, apparently the creature catcher doesn't work on it. Well, that's frustrating. I mean, maybe we can use, this imprisonment tool? No, the imprisonment tool also doesn't work. What? I mean, maybe the Ender lead would work? Yeah, also a no. All right, so I guess we're doing it a much more convoluted way. I don't know why we couldn't just pick up the Warden and be able to move it. Okay, so right down into here, and then I'll just shift right click and set our dislocator, and I'm just gonna build my own portal, much like we did the chicken. Now, I think the hard part is gonna be just getting the Warden to go into the portal. And I might need a few more of these frames. All right, so I've got almost everything ready to go. I just need to put the dislocator here and get him to walk into it. And voila, he's gone and should be there at the base. And let's see, back at the base, this is really, really loud. Is it healing fast enough? It looks like it is. So time to completely disable everything about the Warden to make this so much nicer. Woo! That is, I don't even know if I want it on at all. Yes, having that turned off is very nice. But notice the Warden literally is looking up into this thing, just going, ah, yes, please drain me of my soul. Yeah, take it out of me. That's, yep, we're draining it dry, soul dry. Through a little bit of decoration to match the other side. Oh, this is definitely looking nice. Now, how do we actually hook this in and start to use it? Now, the way that you hook this in and hook this together and be able to actually use this elsewhere and be able to expand is either connecting pipes from Industrial Foregoing Souls directly to this, or you can link it into your applied Energistics system if you have the Souls Energistics mod in here, in which this mod pack does have it in. So I have my AE network connection right here, and we just need to place in a storage bus directly onto the Soul laser base, which right now we have this completely filled to the max with souls. And then we just connect our cables up, and we can now start to see that we have souls inside of our storage, or at least we should be able to. And voila, there's our Warden souls. Now, I will say, before I can fully start using this, I might want to get my hands on a few more of the Echo shards. Echo shards are going to be something that we need quite a bit of if we're going to be using this mod. Now, honestly, because I have all the infrastructure set up for it, this might be one of the easiest ways to generate it is just by using an ore laser miner. But there is also the data model here. We could get Warden predictions. This is a little bit, I think, harder to set up, so I'm probably going to go this route, even though we could do particle acceleration. Okay, I'm going to set up the laser drill, but I'm still going to do some of them with the particle acceleration. I just want to see how cool that is. The laser drill setup, I mean, we just need to be in the deep dark biome, which we currently are in Deepslate depths. I don't actually know if this counts as a deep dark biome. We'll have to see. And that to me looks like a big resounding nope. Like derp on their part for not making this a deep dark or allowing this biome inside this list. Yes, because it doesn't produce anything other than what you would find in the normal overworld. All right, so we can scrap that idea because this doesn't work. Oh, and I also tried taking this blue lens and also setting it below Y level 20. That still doesn't matter. You know what? Particle collider it is. Yeah, I think this could be easily done. So if the particle collider recipe requires it to be 1000, because of what we set up last episode, this should be quite simple. It's just ender pearls and amethyst 1000. So we'll set this to the 1000 that it is currently at, and that should be it. And if I'm continuing to just automate this with hoppers, I mean, we could just put a hopper up here and then fill the entire back here with like amethyst. I have 5 stacks of those, and this is already defaulted to the basic. We throw this in and just let that rip. It should take like no time at all to hit that level. And there. And it combined them together, and look at that, echo shards are now being produced. Now we could also infuse a bunch of these, so I've just placed down a few skulls into here, and this also allows us to duplicate them. So yeah, I mean, we just constantly keep this in supply and we can make a whole bunch. Okay, I guess they got me. Honestly, the best way at this point, because we can't do the laser drill, is going to be the loot fabricator. Nope, I take that back, I tell you, because there's no way I will do particle collision all day over needing to go through whatever this is to make this neurogel. What in the world? Like, this is so many different random things. What? Like, you have to get this forgotten dust, which apparently is dropped by infected bookshelves, and you have to wait for the bookshelves. It's just more waiting mechanics. And you know what? I don't even think we're going to need a whole lot of echo shards, so probably having an unlimited supply of them is not really necessary, to be fair. At least at the moment, it's not. So we'll eventually probably get into hostile neural networks, but it's not super needed as of right now. Now, soul pipes, we'll need them still, but we don't need as many of them. The main thing we do need is the soul surge. This is actually what does the accelerating. And so I guess we should get to accelerating this thing. And I'm hoping that the soul surges will be able to accelerate it faster than the Watch of Flowing Time is able to accelerate it. Maybe them all combined together might be good too. So let's make sure we have this raised up enough. And so I want to place it kind of like this. And we need to start soul searching this thing. And I have my AE system right here, so we can actually tap in to his soul surge network directly from here. Now, the way we do this is through an interface. So I can place an interface right here. We'll hook in a cable, and then we click the soul surge into the actual set location, and that sets the value of the soul surge. And so we can just connect a pipe up to this, and that should now be carrying that soul surge through the pipes. And we can just place this on all of the sides and even on the bottom, because I'm going to entangle this block, of course. And then we just connect up the pipes to all of the sides, making sure this whole thing is fully connected, including the bottom, like that, and run that up the top. And this should be accelerating this a whole lot faster. It doesn't look a whole lot faster, but it is accelerating it faster. Yeah, I mean, it is pretty fast. I mean, you can see right here, this is its tick time normally. You can see it's still setting at 21, right? But as soon as I plug this in, then we start seeing an actual increase in climb. That is nice. And then we can go even further and accelerate it. It doesn't really seem to have helped all that much, but yeah, I mean, this alone is producing them a whole lot quicker. Yeah, now I can entangle this, and yeah, let's say we have that drawer nearby. We can still set this up over here and then place the drawer. This is actually outside of the speed up range. We don't really need this sped up. Place that in, and then this is now pulling them out of the drawer just like we would hope. Ah, beautiful. Now, there's a lot of things that could actually benefit from this soul surging that I haven't even messed with. For example, we could attach this over here. We can just use a regular flat interface, connect that in, and then I could accelerate, for example, the dissolution chamber, which is a notoriously slow with its base version. So this would, yeah, make this a whole lot faster. For example, making upgrades now, or add-ons, if I make, let's say, 10 of these, it is going so much faster than normal. So yes, and this has its max upgrades in this pack. Something else that's notoriously slow, the Empower, and I would really love to accelerate that and not actually need to watch a flowing time. So yeah, slapping on a setup like this, I just added some light panels to make this nice and bright. I mean, this should speed this up quite a bit. For example, let's make some empowered pole. Let's see, this is normally really, really slow, but with this add-on on here, let's see, how much is this helping? I mean, it is accelerating it. Ooh, maybe we can benefit from adding more of them. Yeah, I mean, we'll throw some more on here. It doesn't actually block anything to do this. We'll just drop this down. And the more of them we add, the faster it is going to go. Yeah, that is so much faster. And does this work on chickens? I mean, I would assume that this would work on chickens, yes. Does it also work on cows and fluid cows in a jar? Yeah, I would assume anything that can be ticked and has a ticking time that it takes should be, well, technically acceleratable. But what I will say is the more things that you do have accelerated, the more souls you are going to need, and the faster you need to make sure this setup is running, which also means you got to make sure that you're not killing the poor guy that you're torturing to be able to do this. And so you want to make sure that your soul surge value is staying as close to 100% as possible. As soon as it starts to dip down, well, you're not going to have enough to be able to feed all of your soul surges. The way around this is to, well, make more of the drills and also maybe figure out another way to heal the Warden. You can use stuff like R's. I've done R's in the past. There's a lot of cool ways you can do it. But yeah, honestly, there's not a whole lot that I think I'm going to be soul surging, but those were the few things that definitely needed to be soul surged. This right here, and then this Neutron, oh, this Neutron slowy block. I really hate this thing. Now, you know what? Now that we've got that all in order and we've got this stuff kind of producing some things, I mean, why not go exploring a little bit? There's actually a lot of places that we haven't even been to. For example, this in grotto area, I mean, that looks pretty sick. And I haven't even been here. We went through the area, but we didn't actually explore any of it. Oh boy, I am interested to see what this place has to offer. Now, I do want to get rid of all of that instone. Perfect. And take a look into this place. Now, maybe some night vision would definitely help. Ooh, that is significantly brighter. So much nicer. Is there chests in here? Like, I would assume there's chests, right? I'm sure there's stuff for us to do. Oh, yes, definitely chests. I've never made the pins, by the way. I probably should have done that. But like, I do really enjoy like doing the mini game here. Is there anything in here that's worthwhile though? I mean, that's definitely not. What are you? Ah, Cataclysm. Also kind of worrisome. Is there going to be a boss we're going to have to fight? I have a feeling there's probably going to be a boss in here. All right, let's see. Gems, I'll take that. Persium ingots? In the loot pool? What? All right, I mean, that's kind of interesting. Also, draconium blocks. So many things. What is this? Oh boy. Oh! Oh! We are immediately in a boss battle. Oh, goodness. I mean, I think I'm pretty strong. I don't have my shield equipped, so I probably should put that on. Get out of here, Enderman. Oh, we deal a lot of damage. Oh, we're being pulled in, though. Just a side quest. Look at the little stalker guy. Hey, stop it right now. Oh, my goodness. We just shattered this guy's hopes and dreams. And we rolled a loot pinata on him. No, we did it. That's hilarious. Look at all of these we just got. That's absurd. These gauntlets of guard, by the way, is just so interesting. Oh my goodness. What does it look like? Oh, this is too much. Wait, you can get a draconium chicken from looting this place? How come I didn't know that? That would have made life a little bit easier. Ooh, and they're offering 1 mega crafting components? Like, we can break these down by shift right clicking and we have ourselves a mega component. What? I'll take that. That's free. Now, what do these other rooms have to offer though? Because there's probably just more chests that offer similar loot, I would assume. This is a really pretty build though, just to be out here. I don't even remember seeing anywhere in the quest that mentioned this place. But I mean, I'll take it. I mean, this is free AE stuff. Chorus inhibitor, also relics. Yeah, stasis. Oh boy, we do have some bad guys though. These shoot us with laser beams. They're so satisfying. They make such a satisfying thunk whenever you break them. Oh, it's great. Like, we're even getting the ignium ingots out here. What? Look at this room transition, by the way. I would not have even known this was here. That's such an interesting transition. All of these rooms are so interesting, by the way. Like, this looks like it's supposed to be a parkour. Oh gosh, Ender Golem. Well, that Ender Golem is no longer in this world. Nice. Yeah, this is like some sort of, well, maybe not a parkour. Maybe you can't get to it from this side. Either way, a chest up here that's not been generated. Interesting. Well, this one gave me an XP chicken. Like, what? Sandstorm in a bottle. Also, by the way, this is all just regular tinted glass for mob grinding utils, which, yeah, is 100% worth possibly grabbing if I was much earlier in my playthrough. Here's the cargo room that we actually passed up. Oh, nice. What to say, where is this going to teleport me? Oh, these guys, the teleportation on my gear is honestly the worst. But hey, look, we actually got a heavy core from doing this. Wait, I thought I was going to have to craft it. Nope, looks like we got a free heavy core. That's great. Oh, and in this chest, an ultimate core, but a bloodletting brimstone claymore of the executioner. That sounds so sick. Oh my goodness, and I can't even see the full length of the sword. It's such a long sword. Oh man, with our upgrades on here. Oh man, it has an area. This thing is ridiculous. Enemies below 24% max health will be executed. What? What even? Why is it, how is it doing an AoE? Is that the brimstone effect? That's awesome. The chance for it to spew brimstone. I love this sword now. What? Look, I ended up finding a totem of undying in here too, so now I can actually replicate this thing. Ooh, and this opens up into a big library where we have an ender golem. We still just two-shot him. It's so satisfying. I wonder what this place has to offer though. Oh! Oh, it teleported me into there. What is this, ender fluid? Wait, what kind of fluid is that? Wait, what? That looks so interesting. Does it tell me? Oh, I can't tell. I wonder, I'd have to pick up a bucket of it. All right, let's see if I can't grab a bucket of this stuff. What is this? Molten diamond. Ah. Oh my goodness, I also just found a polonium pellet. And a random greater combat relic chest. A warp drive. What is this? What does this do? What? Allows the bear to teleport their body over short distances. Interesting. I tell you, there is a lot of hidden chests. Like, especially right here. Oh, I really hate when this does that. There we go. And like this, like this. It's going to run around, and then it goes all the way around again. But on fire this time, so I have to wait. And I missed. But yes, there's like a lot of random chests. A witherite ingot? Wait, what? That's what you get from killing the Harbinger. What? You know what? I bet there's still like so many things that I completely missed in this area. Oh man, that are just completely obscure. You know that they definitely hid things. Hey, you know what? Look at that. Hanging roots too. I definitely want to take some of those. We can replicate hanging roots. They're not actually the easiest thing in the world for us to get our hands on. You know what? I feel like that was a pretty good like external adventure here. I mean, I just kind of am upset that I could have gotten myself a draconium chicken this way. Like that would have been so much easier. But you know what? With all of that we did today, I mean, we are essentially about to start Mekanism in the production of antimatter. And I don't know how much they have modified the way we produce antimatter, but we just got to make sure that we produce enough fissile fuel, and we also set up our reactor. And after we have this reactor set up as well, making power within Mekanism is insanely easy to do and also produces a ton of power. And we are going to really ramp up. We're going to basically go from producing 150 to 100 or 120,000 RF per tick in our base to quite literally jumping up into the millions after we get a reactor up and running. Well, I mean, that assumes if they haven't just nerfed all of the power rates within Mekanism. That could also possibly be a thing. But you know what? I guess we'll have to find out next episode, because today, well, we're all out of time. And hopefully you learned something new about tick accelerating things by using industrial foregoing souls. Honestly, it is a lifesaver for some, especially if you don't like just sitting around and waiting or building a million of the same blocks over and over again just because it takes 10 hours to produce one product. There you go. And now, of course, if you did enjoy today's video and you also don't want me to kill this dog, be sure to click that subscribe button if you haven't already and give this video a huge thumbs up. And without further ado, it's also time for me to thank the amazing supporter that makes today's video possible. And that amazing thanks is going to go out to Shadow. Thank you so much for your amazing support in choosing to support me over on the Discord, becoming a Discord premium member, and just supporting my content in one of the best ways possible. You absolute boss. Thank you so very much. And well, guys, I look forward to seeing you all in the next episode. And as always, thanks for watching.